Yo. What up, chat? Bald and late? What? I did shave. I'm 10% less creepy. Good to see you, chat. Good to see you. 15 hours, my ass? What? Let me look. Let me look. Hold on. When did the last stream end? Last stream ended at like 8 a.m.-ish my time. It was like 16 hours. Yeah, it's 16 hours. It was close. It was close. 10% less creepy. It's still 90% creepy, yo. Hold on, let me crunch the numbers on that. I don't trust your math. Good to see you, chat. Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, as it is Friday night, technically Saturday here in Texas. It is 12:21 a.m. so just after midnight. So Saturday is just beginning. What's up, Squeegee? How's it going? Dunk is as close to Noita as a particle board is as close to a particle accelerator. What the hell did I just read? Miksu, I'm very upset by your release notes. Yeah, well, I did see Miksu's release notes as well. I don't know if anybody else was keeping an eye on that. Let me see. But yes, Miksu says, here's the Twitch integration patch notes. And it literally is this. And you guys wonder why I shit talk Miksu. Look at this shit. This is what I have to go off of shuffle perks? What does this even mean? They're terrible patch notes. I don't trust them one bit. What do you mean? It is self-explained. It is literally spelled out. Shuffle perks? This teaches me nothing, Miksu. Now that you remove the Yap emote, add this. Alright. We're not adding any more emotes. No emotes! Can we get the male poggies? Are you talking about the one with the dude with the pecs flexing? This one? Let me see. Is this the male poggies? The problem is, this emote's huge. Why is this emote so big compared to the other ones? My eyes. Did you see Hard Possession took Yolk's 33 orb random C world record? Oh, wait. Hard Possession, you beautiful son of a bitch. Hard Possession has taken another world record away from Yolk. That means our boy Yolk here. Ooh, look at his second places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 second places. It's a big deal because you guys got to remember that literally every single one of these was first place. I think whenever he kind of took a break, right? Like right now he's currently on a break from streaming and stuff. Maybe I think it was around 3 world records now that since I last said it. But if you guys took enough world records from him, I feel he would become motivated enough to return to the streamer world. I think it's about time. I think he should be motivated enough. The whole run, Yolk is raging in Hard Possessions chat about how crazy, having crazy RNG. Really? I kind of, wait, hold on. How long is this run? Ah, damn it. It's a 30 minute one. We'll see. Maybe we have some time to burn today. I kind of want to watch it because you can see his chat on screen. It's definitely banter. I mean, obviously, Yolk's never actually. He's Count Chocula. He's living the millionaire serial life, so he has nothing truly to be angry about. Take a lunch break and watch it. We may. Perhaps. What is this?
Yes.
WP all it took was the first run of the day. Luck fail fish abusing first run of the day.
Fucking hell.
GG. Middle finger at DunkOrSlam.
What the fuck?
It's done. It's done, guys. It's not subverted. Jesus Christ. Anyway, good enough.
Wait, what just happened? What the fuck? What did I do? Wait, when is this? The shit is this?
Gotcha, bitch.
Done. It's done, guys. It's not subverted.
It's
Jesus
done.
Christ. Anyway, good enough for the first run of the day. What the fuck? Actual first run of the day.
What's done?
Dude. Hell yeah, though. Hell yeah. Fuck you, Yolk. Take that, man. Another world record down. For all you Yolk fans, you should be excited because when Yolk is seeing his world records being taken away from him, he realized, because that took him a long time to build up all those world records, and he's slowly losing them. and he's gonna have to make a choice soon. If he stays on his, you know, pretend whatever the hell, what was it, a pretend lawsuit that he was having, aka he's on vacation and he doesn't want you guys to guilt him, so he's like, yeah guys, I'm not allowed to stream. Guys, Yolk is laying naked on a beach right now as we are speaking, so don't listen to his lies. But with him losing all these world records, he's going to be afraid that, you know, if you have, like, you know, 15 world records, you have to get all of them back. It's going to be very overwhelming. So he's going to want to return soon before he gets overwhelmed by having to get every single category back again. What the hell? Why are you guys giving me the middle finger? How do you know he's naked? He just keeps sending me DMs. He's like laying on the beach again, and I'm just like, yo, please, it's fine. He's like, just by the way, it's a nude beach, and then he sends me more pictures. I'm like, yo, please, it's okay. And he just keeps DMing me. All right, let's move this over here. And Noita. Whew, it's good to see you guys, though. I hope you're enjoying life. You better be enjoying. If you're not enjoying life, we're going to have to beat you up. Chat, get them. Anybody who's not enjoying life, punch them in the face until they start enjoying life. That's the rules. Forced happiness. Zach says, I'm loving it. Good. Threaten them with happiness. No, I don't enjoy life. What? You better. You can't punch me? Oh, that's because you're already happy? Is that what you're saying? The streets request power words, my lord. Power words. Dude, power words is evil. All right. Well, we're going to start off, I think, with a bit of Twitch integration. Hopefully that's cool with you guys. Preemptively for TI. I told you guys, you get too excited over emotes. Wait, Mad Chat 1. That... QZ, what is this? I'm never mad that chat won. I'm mad when the game screws me over. Hold on, what was QZ's icon? What was his icon? I tried to go back and click QZ's link, and I clicked it. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I clicked the wrong link. What is his image? It's Patrick, but I don't know what's going on with his mouth exactly. Listen, we don't know what kind of things QZ's looking at. Let's not judge him. I was kind of wanting to do a regular daily run at some point today, since yesterday we did a modded daily run. We'll see if we can get around to that. See what today's daily run has in store for us. But we're starting off with a bit of Twitch integration. There was an update. Oh shit. Wait, so Mixu was not memeing. So Mixu's patch notes for Twitch integration just saying shuffle perks written on paint, written in paint. And then on here, because it says shuffle perks. I don't know what shuffle perks means. That's why we're not going to start with a bet yet. And in fact, we'll leave our settings on what they're at right now, 16 to 25, just to kind of warm up. Actually, I wonder if Chostings is still awake. He was saying something about TI for the East Coasters, but he probably fell asleep.
Nope.
Nope. I've just learned that Firefox has a vertical tabs mode, and it's amazing. You like the vertical tabs? What is this? Disgusting behavior. Damn it, that was a mistake. Kyle just says gross. Vertical tabs are so ass. Sincerely, a Firefox user. Each their own. What's the range? Right now it's 16 to 25, just while I'm getting warmed up. I may end up changing it, because that's pretty rough. I think it'd be best if we go back to our roots. Go back to the range that, like, everybody feels is much more reasonable and fair, which is 13 to 37. Steve gang, a little bit unfair.
Nope.
Damn it, all these Steves. There's way too many Steves over there. It's a bad spot. Swapper? Ooh. Damn it! If they didn't hit me there, I was gonna be just fine. Steve Yang is really OP. I was gonna be fine, but that last barrage just like messed me up. That's balanced? Yeah, I know, for real. For real, Shankmo. 500 Steves in the first area.
This field knows exactly how to get his mother's attention.
If they didn't hit me. I just mean that if I make it around like those pixels that I was just about to move by, we would have been just fine. We couldn't have been got. It would have been ungettable. Got you guys Baheen right now. Oh my god. Chill! Ah, this sucks, man. That was stupid. It's a good thing we haven't done a bet. When I dropped it, it didn't roll as far as it was supposed to, so I had to try to run over and kick it because I was gonna get hit by the explosion, and yeah. Acid. Yay. Okay, so we got us a boss killer. There's a heart here. Thank you. Health down. I get a heart to try to cancel out all the damage you guys are doing.
I'm touching myself tonight.
I fear the moist mob.
I fear the moist mob. What's up, Gosegan? How you been, dude? Hope you and your community are having a fantastic weekend so far. Bloop, 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 bloop. I've got to check on Gosegan in a bit to see what game he's hooked on these days. Don't know what his current addiction is. Then again, I've just been hooked on a lot of Noita lately. I haven't really been doing a lot of, besides what the games that Chad has been pointing me around to. I haven't done a lot of browsing around on what's going on. Oh, you're Blueprints at the moment? Okay. Well, Blueprints is what a lot of the chat, I think, has been hooked on, so I get it. I get it. I haven't experienced it myself. I know it's one of those puzzle games that you're supposed to go, like, spoiler-free to really get, like, maximum enjoyment out of it. But the chat's been saying good things about it. Factorio and Noita, that's true, that's true. I hit 800 hours in Noita. Respect, Bacon, that's what's up. Respect the name, as well as the gameplay, I mean the game time. It's a trip, some quite convoluted puzzles. They must be doing something right. I imagine it's gonna win some awards and stuff, just based off of the hype I've been seeing from like Twitch chat. Everybody always has something positive to say about it. Let me swap that, I guess. I hit 800 unreleased mods in Noita. Bullshit. Kopi's trolling. I don't know why sometimes my brain likes to call you it's Kopi instead of copy. I don't even know which one's the proper one. Oh my gosh, this is my moment. Oh, I should have waited a second. I fucked that up. I fucked that up. I thought I had the 3 already. It's fine. It's fine. What game? The game that everybody's talking about was the Blueprints. Acid Flask? Teleportitis? Let's go to work. Literally was playing Blueprints before your stream. Yep. That's, I mean, that's why I was asking what was Gosegan was been hooked on. That apparently that's what he's been playing, and then a lot of, yeah, we just got to yapping about it, but I don't know. I never know when it comes to those games. You guys will all be talking about it, and then whenever we do the variety game vote, you guys don't even vote it in. So I don't know if it's going to be if it's going to be a game that you guys have me play, or if you're going to be like, look, it's an awesome game, but maybe not for stream. I have no idea. Only time will tell when I eventually beat Factorio, and we can do our next variety game vote. Might be a little difficult with the large chat because of backseating. So it's weird. I have found one thing in Twitch. So obviously in Twitch, that's one of the hot topics is backseating, right? It's a lot of, oh shit, hold up. Whenever you're a streamer, there's always these people backseating and stuff. But since I played Noita, and in general, the way I do things is I'm always okay with people backseating. Like, I kind of enjoy, you know, the assistance. Whenever you want people to give you assistance, all of a sudden they don't, oh shit, they don't want to backseat anymore. So maybe there's some kind of like reverse psychology there. Streamers that hate backseating need to be like, sure, backseating is fine. Because whenever I was playing... Damn it, what's the... I don't know why I keep forgetting the space name. The space game? It's a puzzle space game. I literally forgot it just the other day as well. Outer Wilds, yes. When I was playing Outer Wilds, and which apparently has lots of stuff that you can do, like do huge spoilers, and I would get stuck on stuff, I'd be kind of frustrated. Oh my goodness. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold. Oh, please. Come on, man. Why does it keep sending me back to the one... Oh my goodness. That was so lame, man. That was super lame. And I don't even understand what was happening. Like, every time I was getting hit, it seemed like I was bleeding fire. It's like I wasn't even bleeding regular shit. I was straight up bleeding fire. I mean, I don't know what was causing that. Luckily, I mean, I was fire immune, but it was weird. It was causing it where I was like, I was just swimming. Every time I get hit, I would just start swimming through like this fire. Oil blood plus more blood? Oh, the more blood. That's why there was so much gushing out of me. I didn't even pay attention. You guys must have gave it to me as a random perk. What was I yapping about? Oh, when I was playing Outer Wilds, there'd be these parts that I would get kind of frustrated and stuck for a bit, and I'd kind of be like side-eyeing chat, thinking, surely somebody will give me advice. And then they're all just spamming no help, and I'd be like, fuck these guys, these pieces of shit. And I'd be like, come on, somebody will be like, he's not finding the statue, or he's not doing this. And I'm looking over like, oh, somebody's got to give some advice. And they're just like, no help. I'm like, fuck, come on, man. But the experience, yeah, I guess they didn't, they were all determined that I was going to have to experience it firsthand. Basically, my main advice I would get during Outer Wilds would be like, if I was coming across something, and every once in a while I'd look in the chat, I'd be kind of like, maybe I'm gonna get some advice, and I would get near something, and people would, you know, not everybody's watching all of the playthrough, so when they'd stop by, they would, you know, if I'm near like one of the, I forget what that one moon is, the one that jumps around and stuff. And they would say something like, oh, has he figured out the trick to the moon? Or something like that. And I'd be like, ah, there's something with this. You know, like there's a trick here. So I would know like, okay, there's something to do here. And I would just be like staring at it thinking like, there's something here. But then then I'd be thinking, all right, give it another moment, and they'll say like what the trick is, but then that part would never come. So I'm just sitting there like trying shit out. That's some really funny troll opportunity though. that's true. They did do a bit of trolling during it. Sometimes they would say shit that I'd be like, I'd be confused about it, and then later, whenever I actually did solve it, I'd be like, they're full of shit. They're just making stuff up.
This guy right now, he is drenched in sweat.
Oh, I don't want to empty that out. What's the problem? Not anymore. How hard do you nerd? Thank you for the Prime 2-monther. I nerd pretty hard. I'm nerding out 24/7. Thank you for the Primage there. How hard? Also, all desserts with the 46-monther. Show me the sweatling. Show me the money. Thank you, all dessert, for the 46-monther. Wait, what? Hold on, is there a skill to this? Chill. It'll take me a little bit. I can get the timing down. The tentacles are fucking flying around everywhere. I panicked.
I think that's just what we call
It was like really unlucky. The very first time I ever got to experience shuffle perks and there's a goddamn tentacle just like punching me in the face. Wait, what? It keeps going? Hold up now. Hold up now. Let's talk a little bit of game balance, okay? Let's talk about being reasonable. That's a little OP. Can we agree on this one? That one was moving crazy fast.
Nope.
Hey, accidental.
Nope. Nope.
It's pretty OP. Yes, it is. Thank you, Renophilia. See, I always feel like I'm going crazy, but then luckily there's reasonable community members like Renophilia to make me realize I'm not crazy. Chat is just being a piece of shit. You know what would be nice? A flask or something that has some water. Balance for Mr. God Gamer. Listen, I know you guys strongly feel that nothing can stop me, which you're kind of right. But, you know, I'm juggling chat. Sometimes I'm a little bit sleepy. You can't be bounced around me like peak 100% at all times. There has to be a little bit of leeway for chilling. Can't be maxed out on sweat every moment. You're not omnipotent? Omnipotent? I can't read. I always call him omnipotent. No, I am not omnipotent. Fake God Gamer? What? Very real God Gamer. Why is everybody spamming consume? You guys think I'm actually gonna eat that shit while you guys are screwing me over at the same time? Even when Dunk is literally sitting in fire asking for regular water. I'm just saying I have no extra flask. This game is a piece of shit sometimes. Thank God. Is death. I think we gotta adjust the range.
Nope.
What are you even doing? What do you mean, what am I even doing? The black hole fucking sucked me in.
I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who wins.
The range is way too low. It's like 16 to 25 right now. You had 2 close call perks, 1 from chat, 1 you picked up. Do they even stack? I'm not sure on close call, honestly. I don't remember. It's one of those perks that I don't use that often. I'm sure it's listed on the wiki. Do not fungal shift this run. Close call has additive stacking up to 3 times. Okay, there you go. Thank you for looking it up for us. Murdering test 60, feeling good. Party horse, did you just... Oh, he's testing out. I was like, did you just try to check your ping? Ping. Pong. Hold a valuable fungal flask and do a fungal shift. It's a good one. Oh yeah, like I believe you guys even for a second. You would never lie to me. Meanwhile, chat lying every other word.
Do it.
We just use that. Oh well. Oh well. Are they even attacking? I mean, I move so quick, I do everything so fast that it may not seem like they're attacking, but they are. Gotta pay attention closely. So no? What? Portal Mimic. Not my favorite. Damn it. This fucking thing's actually annoying, the linear arc shot. It's a pretty nice touch though. It's I think things like that's a pretty balanced one. It's a pain in the ass, but it's not like so stupidly OP. Steve, chill. I'm gonna murder you with the power of Hungry Ghost. So do you see that right there? How easily I killed Steve? That's because of Hungry Ghost. That kind of should show off how good Hungry Ghost is. Literally spark bolts and I'm just fucking blasting them. Oh, what the shit? Oh, I didn't know the portal could move. It's not the actual portal, it's a mimic version of the portal. But I've never seen that move because of buoyancy before, so. Don't trust the mimic. Good morning from Germany. What's up, Lion? Hope life in Germany's going well. Hope the weather's nice. I'd imagine you guys are starting to warm up a little bit. Been warming up a bit here in Texas too. Getting a little bit toasty. Fuck, how do we get to that? Alright, here's my plan. And Guten Morgen. Run up now. I hear you, chat. You felt that the range was unfair, too OP. I hear you. I hear you. I see you spamming it. You're like, that's too OP. You know, you can't. It's just, let's do a more balanced range. I got you loud and clear. 13 to 37, 4 options.
Nope.
The classic. The El Clasico.
Wide peepo pussy, wide peepo pussy, wide peepo pussy, wide peepo pussy.
Thank you, Charles.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. Doot, doot, doot.
Holy moly. Holy moly. Holy moly.
The Yolk is in the house. Yolk, we were informed that you lost one of your world records. I told the chat to be getting excited because, you know, clearly that... What the... Clearly you're going to be returning to the streamer life soon because you have a lot to do. You have a lot of world records to try to get back. Oh my gosh! I did see you giving me the middle finger there, Yolk, by the way. I saw that shit. I do not approve. And that will end up costing you one world record.
Jumps in hole during TI. Sees that loose chunks was selected asterisk. Stays in hole and is crushed. What are these sandbagging shenanigans?
What? I was literally trying to get to a heart. Is that what you're talking about? There was a heart. Your little tiny brain couldn't see it. And you can't be like, oh, let me just wait out the earthquake. If you wait out the earthquake, you know what happens? They vote another earthquake. And then you're like, oh, let me just wait out the second earthquake. You know what happens? 17 more earthquakes. So you have to just say, fuck it. Hopefully this works out.
You realize what you've done?
Do you realize what you've done? Greed got you there. I mean, I don't like to wait around. Because if you wait around in TI, all that's happening is you're giving the chat more and more votes, and it spirals. Like, extremely. Like, the only ones that you can wait out are the ones that are so extremely bad, there's no way you're surviving it, so you might as well just wait. But every vote is a step towards death. Every vote and every vote.
To 37 and you couldn't even get to the second zone. Maybe it's time to pull out the good old 20 to 40.
What was that? Conga over here adding in OP shit and talking shit at the same time. Disgusting. This one is trash. And bouncing burst was so bad. 34 seconds. Is that worm pheromone? Eh. Not a worm pheromone kind of guy. Not trying to seduce those worms. Spike drinks. Wait, what did it spike swamp with swamp? I guess. What'd you say? The only thing you could seduce are worms? What? Chat must be worms then, because I seduce them all the time. Got him. Ooh. Wait, what did I just do? Okay. There we go. Spider pheromone? Fuck that.
Spider pheromone, on the other hand. Well, we all
Spider
know
pheromone.
smiley face.
Don't mind me, just gonna go farm a win real quick. Ooh, we didn't know I had those kind of reactions, did ya? Didn't account for that, did ya? Okay, that was a fuck up on my part. I see that now. He does have the reactions of a chimp. Hey, for anybody who's confused, that is a compliment, okay? There is a website, the Human Benchmark one, and there's like different tests you can take. The memory one, the like chimp memory test, is insane. Apparently these monkeys, they pop off on those memory tests.
Honestly, 13 to 37
fuck, it still keeps...
isn't too bad as long as teleport is off the table, because at that point it's just watching you playing with yourself. And if Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG has taught me anything, watching another man playing with himself is really
Apes, my
boring.
apologies.
It's better when
Monkeys.
you can join in.
Apes. What are you yapping about, Orange Moose? He's yapping. Well, Orange Moose, currently I'm not using any teleports, so they're not off the table. It's just, I mean, statistically, they're not going to happen most of the time. Oh no! Still alive. Still gaming.
I bet you he's gonna turn off dead.
Still gaming. I would have been able to buy this if I didn't lose all my money from that crap. Oh, what? Oh, hey, it's not jumping anymore. Okay, so it's only a certain amount of mountains, I guess, that it does that crap on? I don't know. Maybe it isn't as broken as I was originally thinking. The last one did it to a couple mountains. I'll have to ask Konga how that works. I just assumed once I saw the last one that it's going to be every mountain from that point forward. Which is bullshit. Didn't read? What do you mean didn't read? Konga, whenever you vote, it's a certain depth from when you got it. Oh. Just read the patch notes. The patch notes literally just... You saw the patch notes, motherfucker! Better be Kappa after that. Kappa. This flask is just trash.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Chief, thank you for the 22-monther. Give me a moment, I'll read the message. I'm busy fighting for my life. Oh, this is a bad route. This is a bad route. I'm going back. I don't know if that's a mistake. That may be... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Random enemy. This is bad. This is really bad. There's a wall there. Oh, god damn it. I didn't even... I was running into just a wall. It's bashing my face on it. Chad, did you just save me? You do care. I knew it. I knew you cared about me. No, actually, it wasn't us. Wait, what caused me to jump? Did a telemage bleed on me? I didn't even see him. Okay, did you guys vote for it again? Oh, you see that? You like that reaction? Too quick, baby. Snapped up the close call. Amazon Prime gives you one subscription to a streamer of your choice every month. Dunk is bald. Wait, what the hell, Chief? Wait, that wasn't even Amazon Prime. It was a tier 1 sub. Now I'm just confused. Focus check. Don't worry, I'm locked in. I'm locked the fuck in. Can't be got. Ungettable. This is a bit of a complicated moment. Oh, this is a really complicated moment. But luckily, I'm an elite gamer, so that's no problem for me. Okay, maybe... Hold up. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold! Oh my gosh, why is every one of these filled with lava? So I went to drink the Berserkium, thinking it would make my explosion bigger, and there was polymorphine in that. Oh my god! Okay. You know what? You guys are pretty cocky today. I think it's time I bring you down a notch. First bet of the day! 13 to 37. Get your predictions in. Exclamation mark yes if you think I'm gonna win. Exclamation mark no if you think I'm gonna lose. Sadly, I think Chostings fell asleep a long time ago, but the first bet of the day is live. 13 to 37 is the range. 4 options is it's the default. It's the classic. It's the El Clasico. Let's begin. Wait, I'll give you a moment. You know what? I should have told you guys. I am going to be taking some... Wait, what are they called? Pecs? I'm gonna have... For peckies, I'm gonna grab some pecs. I'll show you what I mean. Hold up. Alright, chat, I got my pecs. You want to see my pecs? They are performance-enhancing cashews. Yes. My pecs. Chocolate cashews, to be precise, but, cheating? There's nothing in the rules of Noita that says you're not allowed to take some pecs. Alright, I'm loaded up. What if Dunk came back and just snorted a bunch of Adderall off his desk? We'd be like, oh shit. You're like, man, he is in it to win it today. Alright. Lock in. It's focus up moment. This will probably be a moment that you tell your future children and grandchildren about. The day that you witnessed Noita greatness, Noita perfection on a random Friday night / Saturday morning when you just thought you were just one day, you're just bored, kind of, you had Twitch open on your second monitor. You just kind of loaded up some random sweaty, greasy nerd while you were playing Path of Exile 2. And then in the middle of it, they paused their Path of Exile gameplay because they saw something they never thought they would see. Gaming perfection. This is that moment. You're living it, chat. Closing all bets. Let's begin. Here is gaming perfection in Noita. And I'm given arguably the worst. Why is it always these moments, Curl gifts a 10 bomb trying to distract me, but it doesn't work. It never works.
A headache with pictures. An idea?
When you're gaming on this level, it doesn't matter what happens. There's no distractions. I could get fucking shot right now and be bleeding out, and yet I would still finish out this run and get the dub.
Mine?
We're fine. We're fine. Caroluck, thank you for the 10 bomb. I appreciate you. Noita Detroit. I'm hit, but I'm still gonna farm this win.
It's just 9,999,999,999,966% of the time.
What? Gerlach. What is Gerlach yapping about? But yeah, I'm given arguably the worst loadout in Noita for this bet run. It's part of what's going to make this so memorable and impressive, because you're like, he was given the worst loadout. A billion people were trying to kill him in the chat, and yet they couldn't. Every time death seemed like it had him. Seemed like it was done. He just fucking shrugged that shit off and strut to victory. Chat, put your worms away. It's not impressive. Put those damn worms away right now. Alright. Good, good, good.
Nope.
No, you refuse to put your worm away? Acid, this right here is actually a boss killer, so now we just gotta focus on getting to the boss. If we get to the boss, we got the killer. We got it done. Okay, you guys going with a little earthquake shit. That's, you know, some new moves, but... okay, that got hurt a little bit. Oh, it's a dead end. Oh! Just as I drew it up. Oh my gosh. Oh my, that's a hell enemy right there. And yet, like I said, I shrug it off. No problem. It was at this moment some people realize, oh shit. No, they didn't realize oh shit. They realized it was for real. Don't turn to a random enemy. Thank you. That was from you guys, by the way. So I win equals fair and balanced. I lose and or not no teleport. Bullshit. OP and lame. Got it. You know this is kind of bullshit. I was making some sleek moves, just fucking gliding through everything, and a motherfucker's holding like this deadly ass wand around the corner. Give me a break. Give me a break. You guys didn't even vote for that. You guys are just sitting there getting carried by Noita's bullshit. Damn it. Man, that sucks. I just knew I was going to eke out a win. Fuck. That was a cool wand. What was it? It was a death cross with some kind of poly circle. Did death cross naturally, was homing on to me. Death crosses work that way, where they have like this kind of built-in homing thing. That way when enemies fire it, it'll kind of like pull towards you.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, that one was Giga. Fuck. That was my win. It was mine. That dub was in the bag. Was already writing my victory speech in my head. It was a good speech. I always go for tablet and throw it on enemies for double gold. Is it lame? No, it's considered like really optimal play. I just don't enjoy the tablet so much, but that doesn't mean it's not like the best play. Like the tablet strategies is like so optimal that pretty much all speedrunners, I guess it depends on the category you're in, but most speedrun categories take advantage of the tablet kills because that's how good it is. If you're looking to move through as efficient as possible, as quick as possible. Oh my god. We're fine.
The speech inside Dunk's head. Chat GPT, please roast these leaves in chat.
No. Go. Some pollen. I don't like the pollen grab, but pollen does dig. So I probably will be using this. Oh my god.
Cheer your speech. I'm bald and proud.
Son of a bitch! It's moving too quick!
My purse!
Great. I have worm attractor, and there you guys voted in a
I
massive
bet he's
worm.
gonna turn up dead soon.
We can just get this guy to hit him and turn him blue again when I'm close by. What is the worm doing? Dude, oh, fuck off. Holy shit, I can't get anywhere. He's just like kind of moving into the way and then chilling. Oh my god. That's perfect. Put away your worm, chat. Oh, this is bad. Woo! Spells to worms. A ton of worms just went flying by.
All this tells me is temporary worm attractor needs to be a perk.
That could have been bad.
Or sorry, I mean boat.
Fuck off, worms, no! That's fine. That's fine. If tablet is optimal, what strategy you go for on the Twitch chat runs? You go deep fast, what then? In Twitch chat, it's not the most optimal thing to be like farming gold. You wouldn't approach it like a speed run necessarily. I mean, you do approach it like a speed run, but you're not really going to be doing like the tablet shopping and stuff. I mean, you could. It wouldn't be like the worst strategy. But for example, when I run over to that area where the tablet spawns, chat could just straight up teleport me directly into the lava. So I don't like to walk over there in general. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is stupid. I can't. I just was stun locked the entire time. Look, watch. Electrocuted. Hit. Yeah, it's like the vote was literally, do you want the player to die? Sure, we'll vote for that. Player's dead. Take damage is kind of OP. Exactly, that's what I've talked about being stupid. Kill player? Sure. Could you do an infinite HP daily run? I like that idea, Syndicate. That's what we're going to do today in our daily run. Give me one moment. But yeah, I think we're going to be playing today's daily run. We're going to go for infinite HP. It's going to be the vanilla game, and the goal is to get our health bar so high that it becomes infinite. I tried to skip ahead and realize it's not a YouTube video. Yep, Twisty, this is the struggle you get as a non-VOD watcher. If you're watching the live stream, you have to sit through the yapping, fall asleep, all that kind of stuff. Can you explain how this did 0 damage to you? Sure. Let me see. Oh! It's called skill and God Gamer ability. Write that down, Akahan. You're probably going to need that in your future gaming, you know, experiences, your gaming adventures. No, the way Noita's physics damage is kind of weird. Like the way it delivers physics damage is really odd. So let's say, and this is true for regular Noita too, but obviously in Twitch integration, you're going to see a lot more of these moments where like a ceiling is falling. This should do huge damage. But whenever a physics object first begins to fall, if you press yourself up against it, so you can phase through it sometimes and take little to no damage. And this one here wasn't necessarily a skillful reaction. I kind of just like panicked. But again, if you're ever really close to it, sometimes the best thing to do is to just try to travel through it. You have to be right next to it though. We're talking within like a second of it moving. I don't know why that is, because like, for example, the ceiling is starting to collapse. If you press your head into the ceiling as it's collapsing, your character will just phase through the ceiling. But if you sit down below it, the ceiling starts to fall, and then you go to levitate, it's going to bop you in the head for crazy damage. That's such niche knowledge. It can have its moments, just very rare. Like if an enemy was to pick up an earthquake spell and cast it and the ceiling starts to collapse, those kind of moments, yeah, I have actually had it save me in a regular run before. You cheated and still didn't win? I didn't cheat! I was explaining a moment, damn it!
Can we add the additional goal of a Lumi Wisp for the daily?
A Lumi Wisp? Let me see what does a Luminous Drill need to become a Wisp? Luminous Drill, where are you? Luminous Drill needs 9 reduces and 5 increases. So 1 increase and a divide by 4. And then, yeah, this one will be a bit of a pain because we need, can we do a divide by 4, divide by 2 reduce? Will that work? Or divide by 2, divide by 4 reduce? Can you do a true orbit with a Lumi Wisp? True orbit Lumi Wisp? Wait, you're talking about this right here? So that it just like orbits us forever? I mean, the reality is you don't necessarily need that. You could just do the Lumi Wisp and then just put Boomerang on it. And it's just gonna stick around you anyways. If anything, you would prefer not to have true orbit, because if it's just a wisp that's orbiting you and you put homing and stuff on it, it will leave you, kill an enemy, and fly back to you and go back to orbiting you. But true orbit, it's not going to be able to home off to enemies and stuff. Lumi Drill Wisp kind of sucks. It often doesn't collide with enemies properly, so it doesn't deliver its payload. Really? That is a bit disappointing. What is this chart? This is the Wisp chart. Basically what it means is you can make just about any spell in Noita, not 100%, but 90+% of projectiles in Noita have a certain amount of lifetime reduction or increasing that you can do to make it have an infinite lifetime. So let me put it this way. Whenever they were creating spells in Noita, such as the rock spell, where is the rock spell? Right here, the rock. When you cast the rock, it just sits on the ground forever. And you may say, well, why doesn't it ever time out? It just sits there forever. Because it's infinite. It becomes just something that sits there, never expires. Well, how did they code that, though? How did they make it so the rock never expires? They actually set its lifetime frames at -1. So if something has a lifetime of 40, it means stay alive for 40 frames. If it has a lifetime of 100, stay alive for 100 frames. If it has a lifetime of -1, never expire, never time out. Specifically, it needs to be -1. So when they coded this in for a spell like the rock, you can actually use that and abuse that on other spells. Meaning if you set the lifetime on something like a triplicate bolt, let's say it has like a, I don't know, 70 frame lifetime. I'm just making it up, probably like 100 and something. If you set that triplicate bolt to have a -1 lifetime, when you shoot the bolts out, they will never expire until, they'll stay alive forever, but you need to add other modifiers to make sure that if they hit the terrain, they can die off for other reasons besides lifetime expiration. So for example, when a projectile hits an enemy, that's another way that projectiles die. So what you would need to do is put piercing on a wisp. That way when it hits the enemy, it will just pierce into them and it won't die off. Then it hits a wall and it dies off. So you're like, oh crap, it hit a wall and it dies. So you put drilling modifier on there. That way when it hits a wall, it'll phase into the wall. So you get all these modifiers. Once you have it all said and done, you have what the community refers to as a wisp, which is essentially like a projectile that acts like a pet. It like follows you around. And if you have the proper setup of like homing and boomerang and stuff, you can make it where it sees an enemy, will dart over and kill them, and then it will boomerang back to your character. So it looks like a little kind of like Na'vi flying over your shoulder, just like, oh, enemy, kill them, fly back to you, and it's back to being like your little minion. You can do this with heals. This is possible, where a heal literally just sits on top of your character at all times. And you can swim in lava, and your heal will just constantly be healing you, constantly. Does it work with explosive projectiles? Yes and no. So let's say you're wanting to make a wisp that when it hits stuff, you're wanting explosions. So first off, let me find something that would qualify. So these, for example, if you're talking about projectiles that can explode, as you can see, yes, they can be turned into wisps. But you're talking about you want a wisp that'll fly around, explode on an enemy, and then come back to you. What you would do is you put a trigger on the wisp. And in that trigger, you put the explosives, because every time it interacts with something, it will deliver the payload. So the wisp is following you, sees an enemy, flies over, blows up because it delivers the payload of explosions, flies back to you, and it just chills. Sees another enemy, or enemy, if you will, and then flies over them. No, not enema. That's something else. Well, I guess the wisp could deliver an enema as well. Flies over and explodes. So essentially, you would use the payload to deliver the explosions. A perfect example of this is a lot of people see the nuke and they're like, oh my God, a nuke wisp? Like a nuke that will follow you around? It's not as exciting as you would think, because the nuke, if you make it into the wisp, the time that the only time the nuke explodes into this massive explosion is at the time of like the nuke's death, essentially, whenever the nuke dies off. So if you make it into a wisp where it never dies, you're never getting to see that awesome explosion. Instead, what you would do is you would turn some other spell into the wisp, and then you would put the nuke inside of the wisp. That's why when the like spark bolt trigger, for example. Cat's just yapping. That way when the spark bolt trigger is flying around and it hits an enemy, it will then spit out nukes, potentially tons of nukes, blow everything up, and then it'll fly back to you, and it will continuously do this. Nukes are one of the ones I feel like, I think it was nukes or giga nukes. There is some like limitations on just how many you can get it to fire off at once. I remember like we had some issues with that at one point. There's something I was about to respond about the wisp thing. So whenever the community came up with this method, I don't think the devs ever intended for it to be used. But once they saw the community make these moves with it, whenever the devs saw people coming up with these charts, I guess I'll explain the charts role in a second because you may be confused. The devs we're like, okay, people are making these wisp-like builds. So that's why they added a Steam achievement that if you ever fire off a projectile that has an infinite lifetime, the message pops up on the screen. It says, the gods are, is it impressed, I believe? The gods are impressed, I think, is the one. Yeah, I think it's the gods are impressed. That means that you created a wisp. If you're ever looking to get that Steam achievement and you want to do it as efficient as possible, it's very easy. One of the starting spells, Spark Bolt, which you can see right here, only needs 1 reduced lifetime, and you can make an infinite lifetime Spark Bolt. It only has a 6.6% chance of working, so you have to shoot it, put a reduce on a Spark Bolt, shoot, and eventually it'll say the gods are impressed. You're like, oh, one of my Spark Bolts had an infinite lifetime. But with that said, the community does not consider that a wisp with just 1 reduced lifetime. Because yes, it will have an infinite lifetime, but it isn't until you have the boomerang, the homing, the drilling. That's really where people start to call it a wisp, because that's when it starts to have like almost like a personality of its own. It starts to kind of like see the environment, attack enemies, come back to you. If you put it just at 1 reduce, eventually when you make the infinite lifetime, it's just gonna fly off into the unknown forever. But the daily run, the main goal in today's daily run is we're starting a vanilla no mods daily run. The run cannot end. We cannot end it until our HP at the top right says infinity. Now, how we're going to get there is up to us. We can either do some kind of heart farm scenario with the heart mage, which is probably the easiest one, most likely for me to do it. Or we may do a breaking the reroll machine so that we can farm the, what you call it, the extra health perk. Extra health, not stronger hearts. Stronger hearts is the one that makes it. Well, I guess you could do a hybrid of stronger hearts for that other one, but extra health perk with the broken reroll machine. Or we could even do, I guess you could do perk duping. You could dupe the perks over and over, but I don't even feel like doing that one. You know me, I don't really like the duping ones so much. Why are you guys flipping me off? What the fuck? All right, daily run. Let's lock in. Focus up, chat. Focus up. Gameplay time. We gotta click daily run again because it's pretty common, the daily run. Yeah, I say it every time, but I like to point it out because I'm always afraid of somebody out there wanting to follow along in the daily run and not realizing they're in the wrong daily. So our daily run is grayed out. Okay, that's good. That means it, and then we look down here, it says daily run, so I know I'm in the right mode. Today's daily run starts with unstable teleportadium, TNT, and bouncing bursts, which is not a bad start. I kind of like it. Starts with teleportation. Yes, we actually got a teleportadium start today on today's daily. So if you load into today's daily, you should also have the teleportadium start. Tapioca is saying he saw a gamma in the chest today. For real? That or he's just trying to get my hopes up. Tapioca's just playing with my heart. That's always a possibility. Oh, wait. Oh, come on, Tapioca. Got my hopes up. Can't go saying that and then know that there's a heart immediately at the entrance. Like, okay. Can you tablet kick in all directions? Pretty much. Me personally, I am shit at it. I run like the default controls. So when I'm tablet kicking, I'm literally throwing the tablet and pressing the F key, which F is I think it is still the default on on Noita. Noita at one point in time ended up changing their default keys, but I run on like the legacy default, the original default, so I can't remember which keys changed. So I have to throw and press F at the same time, or it's F and then throw actually, isn't it? F and then throw if I want to actually tablet kick. I'm pretty shit at it. The Giga Chads though, like a lot of the speedrunners and stuff they're really good at it. A lot of them, what they do is in their options, they actually will change the hotkeys and stuff in such a way that they are masters of the tablet kick. They have it where like sometimes like the throw and the kick I think are bind to like the same key or some shit. I don't even remember all the tricks. People like Yolk always, they talk about him all the time. I remember Jay, last time we rated him, he's a speedrunner as well. Well, he's kind of been retired for a little while, but he talks about his techniques for tablet kicking and everything. And because of that, they are really good at it. Like basically any direction, wherever you point your cursor, they can like tablet kick and blast some enemies. It is definitely the optimal way to play, but I've just never been a big fan of the tablet in terms of, I enjoy like the spell casting and all that. I don't want to bop the enemies with a tablet. I want to cast spells at them. You forgot to mention tablet levitation. Is there anything they can't do? That's another good point. Yep, Snek is right. Snek is 100% right. So I was talking about how badass the tablet was in terms of doing like crazy damage and everything. And then you also have the ability to levitate infinitely with a tablet, meaning like you can literally keep your character suspended in the air or levitate as high as you need to with the tablet. It does everything. Tapioca Dunk now thinks I'm a liar. Wait, what was that, Tapioca? What did I literally got gamma where that cement was. Wait, you got a gamma where the cement was? Oh wait, isn't cement an unlock? I think it's the, is it the only unlocked material?
Hi Slunk or Damn Noida Gaming. PLs explain why I get
It
gamma
is.
in the daily chest and you got cement.
So,
This does not make sense.
which,
Is still issue? Actual confused though.
What's up, dinosaur? Wait, which, is it one of the orbs? It's one of the orbs, right? I have all the unlocks and I got cement. Okay, so yeah, it was an unlock. It's the, oh, the Wizard's Den orb. Well, there you go. So you gotta remember that the daily run does do a lot of stuff where you don't even need the unlocks and you just get stuff that you've never even, you should normally not have access to, but unlocks are kind of unimportant. That it's usually not a big deal, but on the daily run it can be kind of weird because people are like, hey, I'm on the exact same seat as you, but I'm getting different stuff. And that's because the daily run, the Holy Mountains actually ignore what unlocks you have and can give you whatever. Meanwhile, the chests still pay attention to what you've unlocked before, and that will affect what it drops out. So that's why we had different drops. It says Tapioca had never grabbed the Wizard's Den orb. Meanwhile, we have. So if you have all the unlocks, you will get cement. Does Cessation refresh the Heart Mage debuff? Yes, it does, and that's a very big deal. Very, very big deal. That actually may be the method that's probably the method we'll use today to get to infinite HP. I've only done it one time with Cessation. I've done it probably like 3 or 4 times through the years with the perk. Basically, whenever you break the reroll machine, you can just keep grabbing this perk, extra health over and over. It takes a little while, but you'll eventually get to the infinity sign showing up. But since they added Cessation, now there became a new method was added, like, was it been now, like a year and a half ago? And I've only done that one time, so maybe today is time for our second time. The video that I did on YouTube, I did a no holy mountain infinite HP run, and that's where I used Cessation to get to infinite HP. New nakeyjakey video loaded up, man. Nakeyjakey. Wait, I think I recognize that name. Let me look this up. There's a rant there. That's why I think it's the person. I could be wrong. Let me see if this is the guy. Oh yeah, this is the guy. So I was like, is this the guy? So nakeyjakey had a video he posted 3 years ago on speedrunning. The only reason I know this is because in my Discord, somebody was like, I saw you in a nakeyjakey video. I was like, who's that? And they link it, and I'm actually in one of the clips on here. From, you know, he gives like a speedrunning history on live stream speedrunning, and I'm in one. Like it's just for like a second, like a frame. I honestly don't even know where it is in the video. I mean, they linked it. I've seen it. I was in it. I was like, that's me. But let me see.
Speed. Since the dawn.
All right, let's see. Where is? He's going through a history of speedrunning. Speedrunning history. I can't remember. 1994. Okay, that won't be me. 1997. Okay, we can jump ahead a little bit. Where is he? Wait, maybe it's around here.
And Mario Kart 64 and Super Mario 64 and My Dad's a Dentist 64. I've wanted that game to come out for 100 years.
Oh yeah.
Which would later give us Twitch TV in 2011. I don't know, maybe you've heard of it. And speedrunners are definitely...
There's me. But it was funny because a random person goes, I was just watching a video and they're like, I saw you. I was like, what? I was like, why would I be in it? And it was a random charity event. He's so young. Yeah, I was like, in this clip, I'm probably like 19 or 20. Like, for real. That's like, you know, it's been a little while. It's like, it's been a solid like 15 years ago or some shit. Yeah, it was Ustream. Twitch didn't even exist. I don't know where he dug this clip up, But yeah, it was a Speed Gamers charity event.
You need to bring that outfit back this Christmas.
Dude, I was running out of white t-shirts. So I had, because you know, I'm like a college student. I just bought like a thing of white t-shirts. I don't know, like 15 white t-shirts. And I would just wash them and I would just rotate through them. I had white t-shirts and basketball shorts. But anytime a Speed Gamer event would go on, there'd be a person like, if I donate to charity, will you write my name on your shirt? And I'd be like, sure. So they have a little pin up and just write their username. And then by the end of it, I'd be like, well, fuck it. And I would like, you know, either throw away the shirt or something would happen usually with it. Next thing you know, after like several marathons, I was down to like 3 shirts.
19 or 20.
Like,
I didn't know they had video of that quality in the 1700s.
Yep, this was the highest quality back in the day, by the way. My point is, I remember running out of t-shirts because I remember every event I would be -1 t-shirt. I remember one dude, so like people kept having their usernames written on my shirt, and then one dude paid like, I want to say like $800, and he said, burn that shirt. I took it off, just threw it in the fire. I was like, all right. So basically, grown men were paying to write their names on your body. You think that's weird? That is the least weird of the TSG things. There was a point in time that I was doing jumping jacks in a skin-tight Peach shirt, which was like a child's Peach shirt. You know, Peach as in like Peach from Super Mario Brothers, and having to do jumping jacks in it. What the? Hold on, it gets weirder. Hold up. Find that clip. I think that one was deleted from the internet for safety. I'll explain. Give me one moment. Actually, let me close the bet first. Is everybody in the bet? I swear to God, if after all this yapping, I close the bet and one of you motherfuckers is like, can I get it reopened? I will have a mod murder you on the spot. We're all in, yes? How? Yeah, okay, the murder. I knew it. Just had to threaten a little bit of murder and you guys would place your bets. Bro, you don't have mods? Mods? Shrimp Commander's line. Fuck them up. Get them. I can take on all the mods of this channel all at once. Mods, you hear that? Grass is talking shit. Get him too. Read Miser for a different but 8-year-old clip. Miser? Miser, what are you linking over here? It's crazy that this clip is 8 years old though. What the fuck? It says, why is the guy in blue fapping? To be clear, I was not jerking it yet. No, okay. You know how okay, I don't have a shoe on at the moment, but hold on, if I could, let me show you. All right, pretend this is a shoe. On the back of a shoe, there's like that little, I don't know what that thing is called that helps you like pull the shoe on. Well, I was like fidgeting and messing with that on the back of my shoe. And hold up, wait, no, hold on. For free? Okay, hold up. So basically, some person is watching me fidget, I guess.
Sneaky is going off.
But that's first off, that's like my knee area. That's not, I'm not jerking it.
Rust. That's a threat from Rust you're getting in there. Ooh, this one's got
Hold on, somebody says it in a second, I think.
I hate bees. Is this the bees? Those are zombie bees. Is this the diaper but bees lady? Wait, what? What?
Come on.
That old boss. That's 7.
Yeah, these are just bees.
Come on.
Like, they have a beehive and everything. And that's one too.
What are you doing?
Wait, here it is.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I was like, just...
I'm not doing that. It's my shoe bag. It's on there.
I was fidgeting. I was not jerking it. But yeah, I don't know why. So like, hold up.
Playing ranked pocket pool there, Dunk.
No, I was fidgeting. No, not fidgeting it. Fidgeting with the back of my shoe. But I don't know why. I look back at these old clips, and there's time periods where like my brother did like the tech stuff for the Speed Gamers. I did some tech stuff. But when my brother did the tech stuff, for some reason, I guess he doesn't have ears. All audio, there's like a 6-year period in which every time I'd be like, by the way, the audio is shit. And this is during that time period. You can never hear very well. I guess for 6 years he figured, nobody needs to hear. So anytime I see these old clips, it actually drives my fucking OCD like wild. I'm like, dude, this mic is so trash. It is fucking amazing. What rank are you? It's relevant after that clip. What rank am I? What are you talking about? Are you saying this? I don't know if this is what he's saying.
I'm sorry, little one.
Wait.
I'm sorry, little one.
That's a pretty funny clip. I'm sorry, little one. Wait, what are you talking about? You just want me to see this? What the hell is this? Jerkmate ranks? Apparently it's some cookie clicker-esque game, but the ranks are funny. Unranked bronze beater, silver stroker, golden gooner, emerald edger, platinum puller, and grandmaster baiter. I don't even know what the hell game you guys are playing, all right? I don't think we're playing the same games. So the story that I told you guys I'll yap about in a second. Basically, it was a charity event thing, and this is like 2000, I don't know, 2011 or some shit. This is not even Twitch. This is like Ustream days, and you know, things were a little more not always politically correct, and maybe there's a little bit of body shaming going on, that kind of stuff, and
Do the jumping jacks again for the next TSG. It's for charity.
But point is, one of my friends, his name's Oscar, he used to love, he was a heftier fella, he was a little bit bigger, he used to love to like really, you know, kind of ham it up with the whole heftiness, being a bigger fella. So what he did to one of the Mario events, for, you know, the charity events, he walked into the charity event and he's wearing like the smallest shirt. I don't know what he did. I think he went to the children's aisle or some shit at like Walmart and bought like a pink Peach shirt, like the Peach the character shirt, for like an 8-year-old or some crap. And he walks in and it's like, he's like busting out of this thing. He literally just walks into the room and it has it on. And the chat is like laughing like crazy because they're like, what the hell is this shit? Yeah, as you do. And so then while he's sitting there, you know, little bit of rolls maybe leaking out of the shirt. Somebody in the chat is like, how much would I have to pay for you to do some jumping jacks in that bad boy? And I can't remember. He ends up saying like a number and some person pays for him to do jumping jacks in it.
Alright, you're good to go. Do 5. Yeah, I made it easy on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have to sit in that shirt and wait for someone to donate.
Well, after the chat has fun watching him do jumping jacks for a while in this skin-tight Peach shirt, of course these sickos in the chat eventually are like,
the moist mob.
They're like, hold up. How much to make Chase put on this sweaty shirt? And I was like, oh my god. I was like, please, no. It was disgusting. It was completely like soaked in sweat from him doing jumping jacks in it. And so I was like, I don't know about this one. And anyways, you know, when somebody slaps down like several $100s and says, I will give this to charity if you put on that sweaty Peach shirt, you can't say no. I mean, they're like, come on, it's for kids with like cancer or something. You're like, fuck. So then I had to put on this sweaty, skin-tight Peach shirt.
Yeah, we're ready, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, go Chase! We love you, Chase. Let's see.
So then, anyways, it goes on to where we end up having to like put this sweaty shirt on, and then the chat would like pay to like make you do jumping jacks in it, and then somebody else would put money down and make another person in the room put on the shirt. It got weird, all right? We're passing this sweaty shirt back and forth. It was very weird. And then by the end of it, some person donates like $1,000+ to be like, I'm gonna buy that shirt. And I'm like, oh God, whoever this is scares the hell out of me. But they slap down, I don't know, it's like a couple $1,000s and says, I want that shirt. And then, so the end of the marathon comes, And
100% he did it for fun.
yeah, wait, hold on, Curlug, hold on. I appreciate the generosity. No, I had to do it for the children. I had to. I couldn't say no to charity, man. So this dude pays like thousands of dollars or some shit for this like really disgusting shirt. And so the end of the event comes, and you have to like contact these people to find out where to send this item or this item. And the person who paid, let's just say it was like $1,500 or $2,000 for the shirt, never responds. They literally just donated like, you know, $1,000+ to charity, and then just were like, you know what? I think last time we brought this up, somebody in the chat said post-nut clarity. I guess that hit hard, and he was like, maybe I don't want that shirt. And so I can remember in my brother's closet, there was this nasty ass, you know, children's sweaty peach shirt for like years, until eventually I think one day he like threw it away. I don't know why he kept it. I guess he was just like, this could serve a purpose one day. But at some point he was probably like, this is a biohazard, and threw it away. I don't know if it was unwashed, honestly. I don't know if it was still unwashed. I never really got close to it. I considered it dangerous. That's not, has nothing, the Moist Mob lore does not relate to the sweaty shirt, except for the fact that, you know, it does, you know, coincide with the fact that I told you guys, I sweat a lot very easily. I'm a sweaty individual, both in terms of being tryhard in video games and literally sweating. We could use this dude to farm like a pheromone flask or a stable telly flask if we wanted to. The way you would do it, I guess, is you could pour some water on them, but sometimes it can be hard to get rid of that damn pheromone stain. The way I usually recommend it, since we know he's going to be throwing out flasks, I'm usually willing to sacrifice like a water flask if I need to. So I'm like, it'll probably wash it off of him anyways. So then we just spike it on him, and then it washes it off, and then now he starts throwing flasks. But you got to be very careful, because you could get yourself screwed. So yeah, there's some there's some stable telly, and I don't know. I just end up farming another telly flask, really. So whenever you get a water flask from this dude, you can see that the flasks are different shaped. That shaped flask is kind of a bad thing. The flasks that are shaped this way, they're 200% full, which makes it where whenever you spray materials from them, they actually spray much further. You see that? It has like some serious force coming out of it. But even though it's 200% full, it actually only contains the same amount of a regular flask at 100%. So the 200% just means more pressure on the spray, but the quantity ends up being the same. So this is kind of crappy, because what happens is once you end up using this water flask, so let's say over time I'm using up my water flask, I'm using it up, blah blah blah, hold up, let me just keep using it. But now it's at 84%. I'm like, oh, I need to fill it back up. Let's fill it back up. It actually only lets you fill it back to 100%. See at the top where it says 100% full, 88% water, 12% blood. So that just means you can never get it back to 200%. So if you continue to use this flask, you will always be carrying half the amount of water as a regular flask. This is bad. You usually, after you use them for their initial purpose, which is for whatever reason you grabbed them in the first place, you need to get back to regular flasks if you can. Yeah, Ku could be used for chest rain. Oh my goodness. That is an Uko with a wand. Whew. Thankfully, it was nothing impressive. Dude, I was running away. I was so scared. For a moment there, I was like, oh, I may be dead. Get rid of those bad guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Melee immunity, you beautiful son of a bitch. Woo! He hit me, and then he went into melee range and started trying to melee me repeatedly. But I was melee immune, so he was just going blocked, blocked, blocked. Oh, baby! And that's why you make the moves, baby. That's why you do it.
You are the luckiest bastard, I swear to God.
We had a discussion earlier, and I told you, I was laying it out. Yes, convenience is nice. But if we're talking about I want to win the run, I don't want to allow the opportunity for death, melee immunity is that one that will bail you out of a tricky moment. With that said, was there a single sound? I swear, I turned the corner, I had not heard a single spark of electricity to put me on high alert. Maybe there was, and I was so busy talking, I just didn't hear it. But I swear, like it scared the hell out of me. I turned that corner, and Anuka was just there. With Ambro and Spark Trigger, you can kill the Alk pretty handedly. Yeah, definitely in a good place right now. I'm not too upset about it. This is a great wand. One of the reasons I keep pushing through the pushing through the fungal zone here is, yes, it is a bit scary and it actually almost got us killed, but luckily we made the right decision, so we had melee immunity. We gotta remember that this zone, the wands that spawn on pedestals, they only spawn in non-shuffle wands. There are no shuffle wands on pedestals. So because of that, it just means when you come across wands in this zone, the likelihood of them being usable and useful are higher than your usual zones. Because some wands instantly go to be pretty much not really something that I need, because the fact that they're a shuffle just ruins the wand. Here's the replay showing it again. Oh, thank you, Bonin. You guys want to see the play-by-play on this? Let's see. The frame by frame. I turn that corner. Oh. Dude. How many blocked messages do we get? Let me... So I get hit right there. The block, if you're curious why they get a block there, that's the explosion immunity, because there's both electricity and explosion damage. So luckily the explosion damage was blocked, so I didn't take as much, but I did take a good hit of electricity. It actually wasn't that much damage if you look at it. I got kind of lucky that because electricity can vary quite a bit. Had his tongue going wild. I had that Michael Jordan. I was going for the dunk, man. Come on, hold on. Let me we'll play this and I'll show you. It's how the goats play, all right? I'll show you a second. Let's see. 1 block. 2 blocks. These are all melees that are getting blocked, by the way. 3 blocks. Okay, is it just 3 total? So the explosion immunity, and then for some reason I was thinking it was 4, but I guess it may be the initial block of the explosion is what I was looking at too. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it was 3 melees. Woo! Read the title, bro. Gage gets excited over being penetrated melee repeatedly. Skill issue. What is this? What the hell is this? What the fuck? Hold on. Let me educate you real quick. Let me show you something. You see? You see the similarities? Look here, look there. Here, there. 2 goats on the screen right now. Bald? No, not bald. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys, you pieces of shit. God damn it. I wasn't even thinking about that. No, not the bald aspect. Shut your mouth, chat. The tongue. You're supposed to be seeing that. Not the bald part. Wookie with the 100K. My blind friend was listening while I had your stream on, and they said you're one of the best at making things accessible just by how well you explain everything. It was awesome to hear. And they also got a great mental image of you. Thanks to you always letting us know you're bald really saved me having to explain that. All right. For a moment, I thought you were being serious. What the fuck, man? What, you piece of shit. What was the first game you ever played live on stream? The first game that we ever streamed, I wasn't playing. My brother was playing, which was Zelda 1. We were playing through the Zelda games. My brother and his friends claimed to be like, they thought they were like Zelda elite players. Keep in mind, this is a time where like you could beat Zelda. You're like, I may be the best Zelda player that ever lived. Later, you know, GDQ and all that gets formed and you find out that you guys are actually dog shit at Zelda. You should be ashamed of yourselves. But back then, they're like, I can beat Zelda. I may be the best player that ever lived. And they thought they could beat like, it's like 6 or 7 of the Zelda games in like 72 hours. They even was not successful. It raised money for charity. There was some money raised. But in terms of actually accomplishing the goal and beating those games, unsuccessful. I remember the way it ended was I was watching my brother play Twilight Princess? No, Twilight Princess may not have existed yet. I was watching him play one of the can't. One of the later Zeldas. Well, Twilight Princess isn't. It's old now. I don't remember which one it was. And I'm supposed to be talking to chat. So I'm sitting there talking to the chat, but they can't see me. I can just talk to them. And I just fell asleep. I woke up and the stream was over. I was like, what happened? Because I had been awake for like 2 days at that point. And he was like, I couldn't beat it. I was like, what happened? He's like, I got nothing left. He's like, we can't make it. I was like, we gave up? He's like, yeah. I was like, fuck. And then like a month later, he's like, we go again. And the ISP would kick the door down for using so much bandwidth. Luckily, we never had any problems with like, there's no data caps or anything, but the internet connection itself was so weak that if you literally started to do stuff like pulling up YouTube videos and stuff, the stream would lag. It's weird because like, I guess it's like a tiny, it's mainly download. So I don't know. It was just like, you couldn't do minor things. Because then the people in the chat would be like, lag. And it'd be like, all right, like who opened the browser? Like close that shit down. I meant your first. So you talking about for me as whenever I began my own little streamer adventure. So when I started streaming regularly, my first game that I played was the OG Pokemon games. I was playing Pokemon Red and Blue because I'm nostalgic for them. I loved them as a kid. I just kind of played them again and began my little streamer journey on my own outside of the Speed Gamers.
And so it begins. Any time estimates you guys think this will take me to... And I guess one of your estimates could be that I will fail. You can't guess that. You can't guess failure.
But on my stream, I had turned on my stream before and played games before, but I would do it like once a year. I would like load up like StarCraft. I remember loading that up and just little random moments like that. But there was no like community. There was no like regulars in the channel. This is one of my favorite conversations you've had with yourself. I don't know how I feel about that comment. It's my favorite conversation you've had with yourself. Like, it's like listening to a crazy person. Knowing about history is always interesting. Can you talk about when you saw fire being invented? And I'm not that old, damn it. There you go. Remember, if you don't have ping pong, you're going to be very disappointed. Just as a luminous drill. But the ping pong, make it so that the luminous drill does shoot out instead of just being a little laser. So ping pong, good, but it's not fast enough because the recharge time is 0.35. This one removes 0.17, which is only half. So we double it so that it will wrap and grab us the ping pong twice. So it thinks there's 2 ping pongs on the wand. 2 ping pongs is enough reduce to make it rapid fire. And then from there, the reason I put the digging bolt on there is just because it costs 0 mana, it's free. So just take up some space with it, I guess. It's just chilling. Oh, look at that. Not bad. So remember, Big Steve shows up, especially when you're uncomfortable with your build. Maybe you don't know it super well. Maybe you're like, I don't know if this does good against Big Steve or not. This is the time. Oh, we gotta watch out for that. If that guy bleeds on me, he could wash off my ambrosia. But yeah, use ambrosia to allow you to pace yourself. You see this right here? You see that? He just bled all over me, washing off my ambrosia. That's one thing you have to look out for. But not Steve bleeds. Steve bleeds like a dust. It's fine. But it's the enemies that bleed slime or blood. Those are the problems. And again, if you ever don't want to, you don't have the money for this stuff, all you gotta do, dig it out of the mountain, and then it loses its price tag. But in our case, we have more than enough gold. It's just kind of nice to show it in case anybody's ever finds themselves in a situation like that. Madeline says, what's the difference between a black hole and a white hole? Black hole will, black hole pushes things away, white hole pulls them in. So if you ever shoot both of them at the same time, because some Greek letters can shoot like, you know, black hole and white hole, even though they're both out of charges, it'll fire both of them. They cancel the pulls out. I said it opposite, my bad. Black hole pushes away, white hole, or black hole pulls in, white hole pushes away. My bad, you guys. My brain is all over the place. So yeah, the black hole is constantly trying to bring stuff towards it. So if anything, I'd say people pretty much think, I'd say most people agree that the white hole is the better one. It's not really that much better. It's just, if I was to shoot a white hole directly up like this, and there's a flask, like say sitting right here, it pushes it away from me. But so the white hole is like keeping you a little safer sometimes, not always, but sometimes. A black hole, on the other hand, would pull the flask into the path you just dug. So if you shoot it directly up, it'll pull a polymorphine flask into it and break it, and then it pours on top of your head. The best thing you can do is have one black hole, one white hole. They fire off at the exact same time. They cancel out the gravitational pull, so you can shoot them right next to a flask, and the flask will not budge at all. It will stay perfectly still. Now, if you shoot it on top of it, obviously it's going to break the flask. But the idea is, whenever you get to your god runs, polymorphing becomes really dangerous. So these little minor tweaks to your digging can be the difference between life and death. Creating a build that makes you less likely to accidentally pour polymorphine on top of your head is just a smart move. So we could grab Repulsion Field, and Repulsion Field's almost always a great perk to grab, even if it can be annoying to the black holes. But today we're gonna do the infinite HP. Especially because I've been going so slow, I need to probably do the fastest way to get infinite HP. And so the fastest way, I'm gonna need a heart mage to hit me. And so then I don't wanna deal with the repulsion field shoving away the heart mage hits. So we're gonna go ahead and just not grab that perk, even though it is the best defensive one. But again, earlier I grabbed melee immunity to keep the run alive. This one is like only because it kind of conflicts with our specific style of run today. That's the only reason, because it does keep you alive. Any tips to increase the game stability when going to a lot of parallel worlds? Occasionally hitting pause and hitting restart with enabled mods. You don't have to have any mods on, it's fine. Well, all it does is it closes your game and reopens it. That does help stabilize. If you've gone to like 70 parallel worlds, it's very normal for your game to be lagging. Even after you do a restart, you still feel that your game is lagging like crazy. That usually means that you've done so much exploring in your world. I guess it could be your CPU. It is possible that your CPU is lacking, but you know, if you're like, no, I know my CPU is like really good, and so the game is still lagging, usually it means that the world just has so much data, so much information that's causing the engine to lag. If you go to a new game plus, it actually will clear out all that information it has about the world. It wipes it clean, and so then your game will start running smooth again. But that's pretty rare that people run into an issue where it's like, you've just explored so much, even a reset isn't going to save you. I usually do like 3 or 4 parallel worlds, do a reset, my game's stable, no problems. It's, again, 70 parallel worlds, okay, you're going to have some issues. If you want the game to be more stable, just don't go to parallel world 30, etc. Try to reduce the number of parallel worlds you need. Yeah, like Latali's saying, try to be efficient with the worlds that you go in. And then if you have to go to that many, well then just make sure you're ready to go to New Game Plus once your game starts to become, like, start to feel like it's unplayable. If you notice my health going up as I'm exploring, that's because we have healthy exploration. So even when I go to areas I've already been,
I really wish you guys could see this.
if I haven't been there before while having the healthy exploration perk, it does give me a heal. So for example, I have been in just the first little part of this area. I stepped on the edge, but since I didn't have healthy exploration at the time, it didn't heal me, but now I do. So I jump in here, get a little 60 heal. It's not really necessary, but I figured, you know, it's one of those helpful things that could help a person. If they're ever in a rough situation, could be a lifesaver. Each floating island of the Mimikion quest heals you too with healthy exploration. It's so nice on the surface. That's a good tip right there, Uncle. I like that one. That's a really good tip. Things that we need to set up in case. Okay, so I've already decided, since we've taken so long in our journey, for infinite HP. I mean, you gotta look, right now we have 805 HP. To give you an idea of how much more HP we need, it's trillions of more HP. So the other method of getting it with the breaking the rerolls will take, like, you know, many more hours to prepare. So I want to do the fastest one, meaning I need to do 2 things. First, I need to set up a heart farm scenario. So to do that, I will need Greek letters, one of the placates, and the worm spell, which I can get the worm spell from the bridge boss. That shouldn't be a big deal. Hell can give me the other two as well. Yeah, but the problem I can't go to hell yet because I don't have any freeze or anything set up there. That's where it's kind of annoying. So basically, create a way I can farm hearts, as many hearts as I want. Once I've done that, I need to get my hands on cessation, the cessation spell, which means I can just do the Mimicium quest. Shouldn't be a problem. Then step number 3, I need to do an escort mission. I need to escort a heart mage up to the desert. Now you can do this trick anywhere, but last time I did it, I was really happy with the results. If you do it in the desert, you can use a method of freezing the worms, which results in whenever you're in the desert, it melts the corpses of the worms, which we have exploding corpses, so I don't know if that really factors in as well. But yeah, so let's lock in, focus up.
Let's do it.
The reason I went back here is because real quickly, that's all you need. Explosive projectile on ball lightning. No problem. I mean, I guess we could do that first. Why not? Wait, no, we need to put a multicast down. Boom, solid 3,000 damage. Just go this way. What am I? Oh, shit. Ow. I may have put my wands in the wrong slot, and I went to fire my black hole wand, and I fired off my electric wand. Thank God we're explosion immune, otherwise that would have really sucked. The reason we built this really explosive wand is because this setup will obliterate the Alchemist. Even though we almost just obliterated ourselves in the process. Alright, and then dig down. This should be a quick kill if I do everything right. It should be like, there's the Alchemist, and he's dead. We're just going to shoot the explosive thing that we almost just murdered ourselves with. There's the Alchemist, and he's dead. So chat was wanting something a little scary. This used to be a pretty popular method for killing the bridge boss, but then Plasma, like, just overtook it big time. Everybody just uses Plasma these days. So if you shoot an Omega Sawblade, it shoots out, and then it comes back to murder you. Shoot the Omega Sawblade like so. You gotta be careful, because it can kind of drop down. As you can see, it's trying to like dry off the ambrosia off of me. You try not to move around too much. But that right there would pretty much insta-kill us if it comes in contact with the player without the ambrosia effect. So what we're going to do is when you shoot it, it boomerangs back and it tries to murder me. Well, the bridge boss, he copies your spells. So if I can shoot this Omega Sawblade at him, he will then be like, oh yeah, that's your Omega Sawblade? Look at my Omega Sawblades. And he fires off like a ton of them. And what will happen is when he shoots them out, yes, it's scary, but then they all boomerang back into his face, and we're good to go. What we're going to do is we'll dig ourselves a emergency path just in case things get a little spicier than I'm intending. And the goal is to make the bridge boss see my Omega Sawblade and then duck into hiding. That is the goal. So we're in the trigger one. This is trigger number 1. So our character has gotten close to this. So trigger number 1's been hit. Trigger number 2 is right here. Rip bets. Oh, we're gonna be fine. Oh shit. Okay, I was too scared. Oh shit! Oh shit! Fucking water, dude. Oh shit! We're gonna get it this time. You ready for this shit? All I need him to do is AoE. He did his AoE. Oh, I'm too scared. I'm too scared. Hold on. Do his AoE. Okay, he did his AoE. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. No problem. See? Easy. Realistically, you probably should put it on something that lets you shoot it further, but I wanted to do it my way, damn it. Oh shit, I actually fucked up. I killed the boss over this edge right here, so the spell I need just dropped all the way to the bottom of this goddamn... Well, please hold. There it is. That's a spell we were looking for. And I don't know, I don't think we need the horizontal anymore. No, we don't need all those spark bolts either. There we go. My first time testing out Omega Sol. Let me see it. Yeah, I'd say it's the normal. You shoot it, then you're just like, oh god, what have I done? What have I done? Please. Check the clip from Sneck for a masterclass. What you got here, Veldak? What did he do to himself? Did he sawblade his face off? I'm always down for a Sneck sawblading his face off.
Rest of the day or evening or night.
That was pretty sick. That was pretty sick.
Told you it's a good idea, chat.
So he doesn't have the repulsion field. He has the repulsion sector, meaning only one section can repel it. So what he was doing is having to make sure that he was keeping his sector pointed at the saw blade to ensure that it didn't fly back into him. It's very easy to panic on this and it get to you. But Sneck was smooth, calm. The fact that he did that without melee immunity is pretty crazy. Because you pay attention to one thing and then you watch just the dragon, the saw blade's gonna murder you. You watch just the saw blade and the dragon may murder you. With some balls on that one, man. Meanwhile, Dunk's version. What's my version? Let's see what happens if we shoot out a single saw blade.
Nope.
Nope. Let's see what happens if we shoot out a single saw blade.
Nope.
Nope. To be fair, hold up. To be fair, this was 4 years ago. This was like the early days, early days of the Omega Saw Blade. Still learning what it was all about, It was still, I was laying the foundation, the groundwork for all you guys out there to learn from my mistakes. We're heading over to the Master of Masters. The reason we're heading for him is because he drops a stone that allows us, because remember we hours and hours ago when we passed on the Tinker with Wands Everywhere? Well, this boss guarantees that we get the ability to edit wherever we're at. So yes, it was sad to let go of it, and it has slowed down our run a ton, but it also saved our run to grab the melee immunity. And this is the moment where we say, see, it didn't matter that we skipped it. Holy crap, get that guy away. Boss, where are you? There he is. He's chilling. He hit us with Twitchy, so what we need to do is you pull out your flask, you wait it out. So we put the ambrosia on ourselves, and we start to take out the purple orbs. This is why I kept that luminous drill setup that I have, even though it isn't the biggest damage ever. I'm trying to... oh shit, do not let him get a line of sight on you. Do not want that. Oh! Damn. I don't like this angle so much. Let me get a better spot. There we go. He's like, I'm trying to get you. Every time I hit those red ones, it's trying to reflect the damage into me, which would be hurting pretty bad right about now. Alright, so now once you get rid of all of the... oh shit, I've probably cleared too much of the ground. The reason I keep solid terrain between you is because you can't shoot polymorphine shots, things like that. So that's why I'm always like backing up and try to not give him a chance. Never trust this guy. He'll find a way to kill you. And that stone that he drops kind of gives off a little sparkle, a little glow. And now we can edit wherever we're at. Yay! Alright. We are looking okay. Not great, but okay. We need to get the gold room. I forgot to do that. That was silly of me. We need to get Homebringer. So we're going to go to a parallel world, because that's where we'll be able to gather pretty much everything else we need. Because we need to get Homebringer, because we need to escort a Heart Mage up to the surface. If we don't want to drive ourselves crazy. We still need to get a freeze of some kind. And we implicate, freeze, Homebringer, cessation. Alright, well, instead of talking about it, let's push forward. We're in great shape, though. It may seem kind of like we're really far away from infinite HP, because you're looking at us and you're like, well, you don't even, you just crossed 1,000. How the hell are you going to get to infinite? But we're actually very close. Also, I would like to grab an extra life while we're farming up some loots, because it is kind of scary. It is easy to mess up with what I'm going to be doing. So if you have extra life, it does give you a little bit of insurance. So it saved my ass. Extra life, that's big though. Extra life is huge. What we're doing at the moment is we're heading to the other Lawn Mart area. Homebringer and a freeze. Homebringer and a freeze. That's what we're looking for. There's a freeze. Though it is a freeze with charges, but we may get desperate and have to use that. Let's hope not. I guess we don't have to use the Homebringer method. I'm trying to think what other method we could move that mage. We just give him a Telewand and drag his ass there. We could do double Telewands. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Double Telewands. Drag him to the spot we want him to be at. And then freezing gaze will be then our freeze method. And yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. So at this point, damn it, where was that other telly at? Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to go with our jank version. I think the telly was in the mountain though, if I remember correctly. There was a telly there, so that's what we'll take. Why not just gaze? Because I have to go get more Greek letters and stuff, and not only that, I've actually never done it with the freezing gaze, so I'm assuming the tentacle should still get them no problem. Also, it could be a little bit laggy. I was just trying to work with what I had. I mean, I was trying to not have to work with what I had and find stuff that I work with what I know, but now I'm having to work with what I have, so we'll see if I regret it. So this was... Okay, there's the teleports. Take the portal. Portal takes us back to the main world. Okay. And then we are going to say fee. We want to get rid of these charges. Are we able to? There we go. Emptied out all the charges. Fee copies every projectile type. That means the freeze should get copied there. Good, good, good. Telly's there. The reason I had to put the freezing gaze on this is because we're going to be heading through some lava in just a bit. We are just heading to hell right now. So now we're down in hell. And in hell, we are going to be shopping for a couple spells. Spells that we're looking for is any placate spell. Any placate spell, and what else? Any placate. We have a divide by already. And cessation, yeah. There's another shop right over here. There's an alpha. There's a cessation. We do need that. Alright, save us having to do that quest. A little bit of time saver. Wow, looks like we're not... We're going to have to go to a second level of hell for a placate spell. That's unusual. Placate these nuts. Oh my god. Woo! That's why electricity damage. That's why you like to have the electric immunity, which we do not have. So we go through this, and then we'll start to run into the same platforms that we've already seen. Once I run into the solid platform, this is the beginning of hell again, looping a second time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, these fucking skulls are just giving me hell right now. If you're curious, I do have an extra life, so it wouldn't have been completely fucked, but it was getting a little scary. I don't know, we keep running into them. Okay, so now it's the Sky Islands again. It's repeating hell another time. Why didn't you get electric immunity? I tried to. I looked for it. I didn't find it. And we could be going through several parallel worlds before we find it, so it's like dragging out the run for potentially hours looking for it, or at least maybe an hour. Would probably not be worth. I feel like I've never seen so many divides. Oh, there's one, finally. The Peplicate! We're all pepped up. Okay, let's test out our build real fast. Alright, the brief explanation. How do I make this brief so you don't go insane? Read into what's going to happen very soon. What's this? I've seen this this one before. Let's see. Oh god, I remember this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dude, look at this one. I had 1,022.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I also had infinite heals. You could hear the circle of vigor going off at the same time. Dude, that one was upsetting. Don't worry, I'm fine. We're gonna make it. Don't be concerned, chat. Yes. So the idea is we want to cast the matosade. So matosade, whenever you cast it regularly, actually, you know what? Most of you guys know what matosade does. You have seen it cast many times. I don't think we need the moo. Probably not. Explosive detonator. Not this. Rainbow, you're out of here. Sorry, I'm kind of throwing stuff away. Probably not. So, Matosade, when you cast it, I don't want to waste the charges right now, but you cast it, it just like deletes the whole terrain around you, and then it summons all these worms. Now, those worms are not eligible to drop a heart. They can't. There's a 0% chance of dropping a heart. However, there is one way to trick, there's two ways actually to trick the Matosade to giving you a different kind of worm. One of them is with an add trigger. Watch this. I have 2 charges. I have an add trigger. I'm going to cast this. Did I have to complete the payload? It's been a bit since I did the add trigger method. Hold up. I think I messed that up. I think you have to complete the payload. I can't remember. Do you have to put a spell after it? Well, it's fine. We'll give me a moment. I gotta... Well, actually, no. We don't need to kill the worms. Let me test something. Add trigger, worm... Dig bolt? So something, just some other spell has to go after the add trigger. And then let's try it now. Yeah, okay, there you go. So this is the original way that that we found to summon in a single worm. And this single worm is not like the other worms. You just saw where I deleted the whole terrain and lots of worms started to come down. Those have a 0% chance. While this worm, with the add trigger attached to it, make sure you complete the payload. I forgot about that. That worm has a 50-50 chance of dropping a heart. But there's an issue. The issue is that it uses a charge of the Matosade, meaning you could only cast it and get 2 worms, and then you would have to go get a refresh. Now you may be saying, oh, okay, well use a Greek letter. The problem with using a Greek letter is Greek letters cannot be used with an add trigger. At least like there is maybe some crazy tech out there that I don't really know the details of, but they can't be just used like this. You can't use a Greek letter to copy the Matosade and then an add trigger, because whenever you cast it, this is what happens. Disappointment. Yes, I know. Nothing but disappointment. So, what we're going to do instead of that is we are going to, well, first we need to go get some charges of the Matosade again. We never want to see this at 0 charges, so our most important thing is to just get back to the surface. So let's do that. So we grab the spell refresher, and now we have the 2 charges of Matosade. So basically, whenever I'm doing this trick to get the worms in, we don't want to lose the charges. And so when they added in the Peplicate spells, this is where things got really interesting, because any of the placates, they have this weird thing where they copy the spell after it. So cast 5 copies of a projectile in a pentagonal pattern. So the Peplicate is going to cost 110 mana, and then try to copy the matosade, which costs 225. So what's going to happen is it needs a copy. Peplicate says 5 copies. So it tries to copy this matosade 5 times, and it needs the mana to cast it 5 times as well. So 225 times 5 is how much mana is needed for your wand to have. So obviously that's a shit ton of mana. But this is a good thing. You want a wand that doesn't have the mana to fully cast all 5 copies. What happens is it ends up interrupting the matosade cast. And whenever you cast it, you end up looking, it looks something like, let me get rid of these charges here. So when I cast this Peplicate matosade right now, oh, do we not have the worm? We don't have enough to even cast it once. Hold on, 225 plus 110? Oh, it's 135. I'm 2 mana short. Pfft. Hold on, let me grab another wand real fast. That one could work. This one's better, I think. Oh yeah, we just throw an add mana on it. True. Just throw an add mana. It's so simple. So now we should be good. I wonder if I should put it. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, there it goes. So it cast a single worm. But the significant thing is that when it casts that single worm, actually, did it use 2 charges? Let me check. No, I used 1. It's using up a charge of the placate, but it's not using up the charge of matosade. So now we're able to get a single worm without disrupting the matosade charges. Because remember, the add trigger did use the matosade charges. So that part's looking good. In fact, I am going to go ahead and swap it over to a different wand. Wait, where's the one that had decent stats? Yeah, this one here. As long as it doesn't have enough mana to fully complete it, that's fine. If it has enough mana, what's going to end up happening is you're going to cast the regular form. You're going to be losing charges of your matosade, essentially. And you don't want that. So, now that we know how to summon in a single worm without spending the charges of the matosade, we need to empty out the Peplicate charges. So empty them out on just some like random spell. And then the Peplicate, now that it has 0 charges, we're going to use the Alpha. Alpha casts a copy of the first spell, which is the Peplicate. Once it copies that, the Peplicate is... So basically there's an image of it here. It's going to copy the matosade. So same rule pretty much, just now I'm using a Greek letter instead of the original Peplicate. So when I cast it, we still get the single worm, not using a charge of this, and this can be cast infinitely. So now we got infinite worms. Once you have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and do the setup on this wand here. It gives me more mana to work with. It's less of a pain in the ass. Let's make sure that it still functions exactly as we want it to. Yep, single worm, just chilling. So we're going to put a tentacle timer. So what's going to happen now is this tentacle flies out and it casts this group of spells. Let's try it out. So we can throw the tentacle, and that's where the worm is summoned. So the worm is going to be summoned after the tentacle. So we want to freeze melee this worm. We want to insta-kill it the moment we spawn it in. So right now, whenever the worm spawns in, as you can see, he doesn't get hurt very much. He just is a little worm, and he just says, fuck you, and he leaves. So we want to put something that will kill him. And I'm going to go pick up, I think, that one that I laid down. So this right here, this Freezing Gaze is a spell that can mess that worm up pretty well. So let's, it should do a good job. So we're going to cast Freezing Gaze at the same time. So we need to have a double. We want to cast the Freezing Gaze. Freezing Gaze and the matosade, well, the little worm that you were seeing before. We want to cast them at the same time. That's why we're putting a double here. The issue is Freezing Gaze has 0 charges. So it's if I had unlimited spells, it would make things way less complicated. But in this case, all right, so we have something with 0 charges. So then Gamma casts a copy of the last spell on your wand. So now this is in the last spot. This is in the first spot for the Alpha. This is in the last spot for the Gamma. You can avoid all of this by getting other ways to get unlimited. So for example, you can get a placate. Some of the placates actually become infinite by having the perk unlimited spells. I don't have it, so now I'm having to do this Greek method. Same goes for this. This would be unlimited if I had limited spells. Or if I just found a freezing modifier. We just put the freeze modifier on the tentacle, but I didn't find it, so I'm using this. Let's see if everything should be set up correctly. I hope so. Let's see if we fire it off, how we're looking. Okay, yeah, it looks like it murdered the worm. Let's see. Yeah, good. So now, basically, we have it all set up where the worm is just dying, like, immediately. Well, it looks like there's a chance he may live. Uh-oh. It's somewhat consistent. I prefer the freezing modifier version. I think is better. The point is, we have a pretty reliable way to get hearts, right? Not a bad method. Pretty reliable. So from there, the issue becomes all these corpses. As we're trying to, you know, build this out and everything, you end up with these just worm corpses everywhere. But we do end up with lots of hearts. So what we can do to get rid of these worm corpses, they are frozen. If we can find a place that is hot, we head somewhere with some heat, the frozen worm corpses will actually melt from the heat. Okay, so this area is hot. You're not going to be able to see very well because of the damn fog, but hopefully it'll clear up soon. So with the heat, whenever I am killing these worms, as long as they get frozen before they're killed, their corpses should melt. Are they not? Why aren't they melting? That's not a good sign. Huh. Is it not? Oh, there. Wait, that one melted. Did these ones not freeze properly? Let's go this way. Maybe I'm on the edge of that shit. I don't know. Yeah, there it goes. Weird. So the frozen corpse will melt right away, and we don't have to deal with the bullshit. And then the hearts just kind of like rain down. So using this, you can set up and get tons of hearts without like a huge mess. Now, obviously, you could just deal with all the little corpses laying around. It's not like that big of a deal. Not like you have to get rid of it kind of thing. Oh, shit. So every once in a while, if one of the worms dies before the freeze hits them correct, it looks like that they actually... you know, their corpse stays solid, and that part kind of sucks. Check the link. What are you linking? Check the link. Spoilers? Let's see. Yes. This method is very different, though. This one is really tricky to set up. This one is pretty badass if you haven't seen it before. This farm that Alex built. Basically, what happens is there is a way, it's kind of complicated, but it's like you're like abusing a glitch kind of. There's a way for a projectile, it's supposed to mimic something, like it's supposed to copy something, but then it ends up copying nothing and like idling around essentially. And it waits for a spell to get near it to copy. So you can queue up like hundreds of these almost like an empty projectile that hasn't found something to copy yet, and then whenever you fire it off, or whenever a heart mage fires off, it actually spams the heart copies. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so this guy right here, so he'll do it again in a second. I think he'll get a better form of it going. This one takes a lot of setup, and I did not understand how this worked at all. Latali had to break it down for me. I forget, it's one of the LARPas, I believe, that you end up using, but essentially he's copying a shit ton of, because remember, this guy originally has we're going to end up using this dude too, but he shoots off a debuff effect that is then being LARPa'd. I think it's the LARPA. It's LARPA bounce. Oh, Synthetron says it's LARPA bounce apparently. So he's shooting off a ton of these but he's not really, he himself only casts one of them, but it's the LARPed versions that are mimicking it, and so there's actually ends up being like a ton of them getting sent at the player. Then the reason he's getting hearts, if you're curious where the hearts are coming from, he created a heart farm. This is an old school heart farm. Now the method I'm showing you is much easier to set up. The old school heart farm is like a whole pollen farm that will infinitely drop hearts down. I do have a video on that. It says creating a heart farm in Noita. I don't think I have one on placates, just because I talk about it in my video setting up how you can use placates to make a heart farm. But yeah, I have some old videos talking about it. But basically, there's a lot of moving pieces here. But if you actually, I've never taken the time to build this, because it actually is, it's got a little bit of setup going. And he purposely actually built 2 walls of fungus, put water on both sides, and then he put himself in a little casing of ambrosia down here so it can't kill him, because normally you would die from this. So this is a whole elaborate setup. This thing is insane. But this used to be the only way, the only reasonable way that you could actually get to infinite HP using the Heart Mage trick. But now there's a much easier way. You don't need to do this craziness. But I probably should do this one day just for fun, because it's actually insane. Does this still work with the nerf to Heart Mage? Yes. So the nerf to the Heart Mage happened like 2 weeks after it was discovered. It was very soon afterwards. So basically all things that you see with the Heart Mage these days, it should work exactly as you would expect. Because, you know, unless they created a video like the first day that the exploit was discovered, that would be like a 5-year-old video. But yeah, so most ways that people talk about these days, it's still true. They haven't made any recent changes. I don't think there's been a change to the Heart Mage since then. So last change was 5 years ago. Could you black hole at the pyramid angle and have them roll out of frame? Oh shit. Hold on, give me one moment. Oh crap. No, I keep firing off more. No. Hold on, I gotta deal with these worms real quick. We got a worm problem. God damn it. God damn it. Huh. Well, I guess those can stay. I just try to get rid of the worms. I don't like them to hang around because I don't want them to disrupt me while I'm in the middle of my farming. Sorry, let me see what the black hole the pyramid angle and have them roll out of frame so they unload, or is that really bad? So the worms, the corpses, yeah, it's not a bad idea. The only problem is you will be opening yourself up down to here, but realistically, it's probably. I mean, I was just gonna black hole the corpses anyways, just to delete them that method, but yeah, it is nice to not have to have it automated completely, so you don't have to worry about them. All right, back to business. Where is all right? So I like the freeze modifier version. I swear it works like 100% of the time. This one, every once in a while, a worm survives for a moment. And that part's kind of annoying. What's our definition of infinity? Noita infinity. It just the number becomes so large, it just puts an infinity symbol up here. That's our goal. When I did the infinite HP, I didn't get any freeze, so I was disposing the corpses via black hole. Oh, that would be pretty time consuming. I feel like it would slow it down a bit. Unless you, I mean, I guess you would just go like, maybe you could do it at the same time. Did you do it in the same build where it shot, killed the worm, and at the same time fired off a black hole to delete his corpse? That's a pretty solid idea. It wasn't the same time. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I like that. A good idea. Mine's like the lazy version, where it's like, let the environment take care of it. Nature. this wand here is going to become our wand that we give to our new friend. Alright, so now we just go down to the meat realm, and once we find a heart mage, we're going to give him our tele wand, and from there he should follow us back up. You can just kidnap mages. Yep. It's easier to kidnap them if we had Homebringer, but we never found Homebringer. Homebringer like pulls them to you. I would rather use that method, but again, this daily run's been a little bit of a pain, but I also moved really slow, so I didn't look through as many parallel worlds as I should. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make a pathway that our telemage can easily follow us up. So what that means is we do not want to dig a directly vertical path, because then he'll fall back down. So we want to do kind of like a little bit of a zigzag. I'm hoping that we can find one in a... Oh, there's a heart mage right there. I'm going to say at the bottom. And we found one. Heart mage is right there. He's close by. There. Oh. So I want to give him that tele wand. Alrighty. And then luckily my current tele wand doesn't have any damage on it. It doesn't utilize chainsaws to get around. Oh my gosh. Please, you have terrible aim. There you go. There you go. Okay, he has worse aim than I thought. Woo! Yay, he did it. You're free, little buddy, you're free. That'd be funny if he started, like, he could pick up the hearts. Starts grabbing all the health and buffing up. Holy shit, he's powering up! Okay, we want to... Okay, and then I need to tell... Oh, he fucking already entered. Can he fit? It doesn't look like it. So, just in case, let's add a little bit more cement right here. Just a little bit. Solidify, damn it.
I have to go drop the kids off at the pool.
Dude, that was not me. That was not me. My wand auto-swapped. That wasn't me. Like, I'm telling you, this mouse is getting older, alright? It's like 6 years old at this point. It was Bialan's fault. Hold on, I gotta rebuild his cave. I could build it in a different spot.
Ready?
Give me a moment to decide. But yeah, I was on this one. Every once in a while it like will scroll one on its own. That is what happened there. I guess we'll just go from above. There's a lot more space up there. Hey. There we go. So the idea, the little trick we're about to use, I've used it many times. You guys have seen it many times. Let me just go ahead and get rid of the... So basically when you cast Cessation, when I go to cast Cessation, my character disappears. And when he comes back, there's like a forever cooldown to cast it again. So the way you can get around that cooldown is you just put some kind of divide by onto the Cessation. And then this lets you spam it very quickly. Which is nice. So what we're going to do is we want to use up all the charges so I don't have to do this on the fly. Put some more ambrosia at the entrance for more safety. That's a good idea. Give me a moment, I'll lube it up. So once we've used up all of them, then we say divide by onto... wait, what Greek letters do we have left? Oh yeah, my heal wand has one on it, doesn't it? I was like, I don't have anything left. My alpha here can be used for now. Alpha, cast a copy of the first spell.
I really wish you...
So now... Okay, we can make ourselves disappear like crazy. So watch what happens when I get hit by our little heart mage buddy. Up in this zone here. So whenever he goes to hit us, he has this little heartache effect. and it does a little bit of damage to me, but because I'm ambrosiaed, I don't take the damage. And then whenever I'm leaving out of here, like so, you'll see that the timer's counting down. And my health right here, as these expire, my health will go back, return back to what it originally was. So what I'm trying to do is I do not want these status effects that he's throwing on me to disappear. So for example, I run down here, he hits me for 1 hit. So now my health is halved and the timer is counting down. It's getting closer and closer to 0. When it starts getting too close to 0, I can cast this, my character disappears, and when I return, the timer has reset. But I only have 1 heartache on me. 1 heartache, meaning once it expires to 0, 705 goes back to where it should be, which is just double it. Just double my current health, which is 705 times 2, so 1,410. That'll be back to our original health. So what we're going to do is we go over here. We let them hit us. We can let them hit us many times. And for every one of these hits that we have on our character, when we grab a heart, it doubles its value. So for example, right now, it will be 1 heart will be worth 2 hearts because I have 1 heartache on me. If I have 2 heartaches on me, 1 heart becomes worth 4 hearts. So it's 2 times 2, right? So it doubles every time. 2, 4, 8, 16, and it keeps going. There's one more exception to this, one more rule that you have to keep in mind. The devs, whenever they nerfed the heart mage, they made it so that the heart mage, once your total health is below 10, once it's below 10, if he puts a heartache on you, it doesn't double your health. It doesn't do that thing where it doesn't give you the proper debuff stacking, I guess is maybe the best way to say it. So basically, if my health gets too low, the heartaches aren't going to count if it's below 10. So what I'm going to do is I run over here. I let him stack these on me. And so I got to wait till I get... Actually, let me just go ahead and sneak out of here for a moment and recast this. Ooh, what did I... Okay. So as you can see, we're at 22 right now, which means I still can take a hit. So we're going to run into here. You can hit us once, and see I'm at 11. Boom. So now I'm below 10, meaning any more stacks of this will not give me any more advantage. It will not. The hearts won't help me. So what I do is I run over here, and I grab a heart. By grabbing this heart, I now have pushed up my total health more than that 10, meaning his stacks will now work again, and they will be eligible to increase my HP. So we are going to run back in here, take a couple more hits. We can take 1 more, and we run back out, and we will do this for a little while. And in fact, oh, it's a little scary, by the way. Whenever you return, so whenever my character disappears, when I return, I do not have the ambrosia stack. So I have ambrosia on me right now. When I disappear and return, I don't have it anymore. I have to be very, very nervous of that because when he hits, he does do 7 damage. So it's enough to kill me. So I think we don't have to go as slow and grab 1 every time. Probably can grab like a couple. That was more than a couple. Oh shit, did we grab them all? I think we did. Any more hearts remaining? Wait, I think that may be enough. Alright, well let's let it time out. Let's see where we end up. Hey, no problem. Easy, baby. Woo! And to give you an idea, you're like probably saying, how big is that number actually though? Because this is just, isn't truly infinite. It just means like big ass number. What I can do is I can summon in a worm. Bring in a worm.
Now go to Lucky Lair and touch poison for funsies.
Oh yeah. So when I grab this heart, right there, it'll tell you the scientific notation of how big my health bar is. It's a big health bar. And you may be asking yourself, well, if you went up to the rock boss and you were to freeze melee him, because he copies your health, so the rock boss will also have infinite health, what would happen? Well, I've done that research just for you, and you will instantly die. Do not do that. Chat got very pissed at me. I thought surely it'll be fine. It was not fine, actually. You insta. But you know what's cool is when you have this much HP. Watch this. Let me put up. Actually, no, wait. We need that for this here. Drop that down. Grab this. Watch this. So lava basically. So lava makes you ignite, right? It's gonna ignite me on fire. Whenever you're burning, fire damage, that damage scales with your HP. So we have a fuck ton of HP, meaning fire damage is crazy high. But I'm fire immune. So when I jump into this, we actually see that lava, it has contact damage, and then on top of it, usually you're taking that percentage of fire damage. So once you have a crazy amount of health, lava actually becomes not dangerous at all. Like, it becomes a joke. It is that, but if I didn't have fire immunity, you would be, I was kind of hoping, I was thinking about doing the removal of it with the nullifying altar, but I'm like, now that I think about it, I wanted to show you guys the big damage pops. We'll worry about that another time.
Go touch poison, please, pretty please. It's very funky and no in new game you want.
Yeah.
LMAO.
Yeah, no, that's actually, yeah, that's a good question. Poison also should be percent damage, so we can see the damage pops there. But point is, lava, yes, lava is deadly, but if your health bar becomes insanely high, you're more concerned about the fire damage than the actual damage of the lava. Now, poison is also a percent damage. Now that Aqua says that, it's got me very cautious, because I'm like, wait, it's like fire damage, it's a percent damage. But I'm trying to think, is there some kind of bug to it when you have a shit ton of HP? I don't think so. It should just show a big ass number, which is what the fire damage would have done if I wasn't fire immune. Same with drowning, exactly. The drowning though, the drowning is actually, it doesn't take that much health for drowning to become not that scary. Since it is flat damage, it really isn't that big of a deal. Like, if you look at, the numbers are pretty low. So even once you got like 1,000 HP, drowning becomes kind of like, eh. There it is. Oh, the number, is it so large that it's not even showing it? Oh, that sucks. Damn it. Fire damage, I think, would show. You took damage? Yeah, you get damage. But what's cool is that if you take fire damage...
Look at the health bar though, LMAO.
Yeah, it is moving. If you take fire damage, I believe at this amount of health that I have, the numbers will be huge. We're talking like the whole screen, like these huge numbers are just popping. Because it's like really scary feeling. Because the poison damage ticks, but it's like hit. Fire damage is like a rapid hit, so the percent damage, the amount that it's hitting me with is lower, but it stacks up faster. In fact, a small fun fact for you there is lava, just like an acid, they don't actually have a regular stain. That's why when I'm submerged, there's no like stain on my character. So if you ever get ambrosia on yourself, right as like lava or acid washes over you, the ambrosia can actually hang on to you pretty well. Depending on, I guess, the situation you're in. But ambrosia, it can be surprising how well it hangs onto the character, because normally when other liquids are going over you, it has a stain. So it's like, it's overriding your ambrosia stain. But lava and acid, they don't have a stain, so they don't necessarily try to wash off the ambrosia stain like, for example, water would. And so to make you guys happy, I guess we'll have to kill the boss in the only way That makes you smile. The last spell. Okay, so we're gonna go this. This.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
How does this? There you go. I think chat will like that. By the way, the physics damage is also a joke because it doesn't. Things that scale is what you have to be concerned about when you do something crazy like this. You got to worry about the things that have percent damage, which there are some things, you know, or some things to worry about, but not that many. Weeb, shut your mouth! Stop weebing this very moment. I'm gonna go get a dub. You know what? I'm gonna throw these nukes away right now. One more weep sound, and this goes straight into the lava pit. Straight into the trash can. That's it. That's it. I'm turning this car around. But you can swim in lava? Okay. That is true. But I'm not going back for it. One more peep out of you. Wait, did the weaves already get muted? That's cheating. Okay, no, they weren't muted. Durham, you son of a bitch! Alright, I feel guilty. I feel guilty.
U-G-U-U.
U-G-U-U. Alright, let's go kill the boss. Yo, what's up? Call me. How's it going? Say hi to my nukes. Made them just for you. Ow, ow. He was giving them the business. Oh, you know what we could do to show to show the fire burn? The weakening mage. The one that removes the stuff. Somebody in chat probably suggested that and I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so what we're looking for, there is a mage that when he hits you, your immunities temporarily disappear. And there are other places you can find this mage, but this area is a kind of a safer zone.
I haven't seen Kibby in a while.
No.
Wellness check?
No, Kivy does not need a wellness check. I mean, I can, if you want, you can see his infinite health bar if you would like, but... I was talking about this just the other day, where I said anytime we're actually looking for mages in here, they're nowhere to be seen. When you're not looking for mages in here, they're all over the place. I don't know why it's that way. The game can sense. It's one of its abilities. Like, oh, you're looking for one of these mages? No mage for you.
You seriously giving up here? WTF.
Found him.
At least show Kibby HP.
Weakened. Please, please show the damage. There we go. There you go. See, I told you it was cool, right? Isn't it cool? I thought it was cool. Isn't it like freaky? You see it and you're like, holy shit! I'm getting my ass beat right now. I told you, it looks crazy. Like that damage is pouring in. Dear God, I have it in one of my other videos. I was about to just pull it up because I was getting tired of looking for this dude. He's not even rare too. I don't know what the hell that was all about. He was just being a huge pain. He was in hiding. But yeah, there you go. There's what I wanted to show you. Hey, we're back home. I'm legally. Oh my God, that was the meat realm. Dude, what? What just happened to our health? Oh, you know what happened? Who knows what happened? Yeah, unknown knew. I didn't even notice. So remember, the meat realm has a curse. And if you don't kill that boss, whenever you set foot in the meat realm, it always returns you to the lowest health it's ever seen you at. And there was one point in time when I was getting the heart mage, I set foot in there to get the heart mage, and it saw me at my max HP because I was fully healed, and I had 1,410 health. So I left, I got the heart mage, we got all the HP. Well, just now when I accidentally ran into that zone, it you know, it chunked my HP back to where it saw me last. So basically, you can get rid of that curse. You got to kill the meat realm boss. I haven't killed him this run, and I don't plan to because we already won the challenge. Okay, Tito wants to see Kiwi. I am not going to kill him. Well, how about we can kill him after I lock in the win? Maybe I should just go to him right now. Let's see. Don't go near him. Zero trust. Hey, Kiwi, my buddy, my pal. If you're curious why the chat is yelling, no, chat, it's fine. He hates our streaks. No, hold on. Don't fucking go near him. Yeah, hold on. Let me explain myself. Last time, I felt like there's no way a freeze melee would... I have infinite HP, right? There's no way if I froze and meleeed him that would also... It did kill me, okay? So Chat is very angry with me still to this day about it. Watch, I'll show you. I'll do exactly what I did last time, but I'll do it after I lock in the wins. Because last time I didn't do it until, you know, I hadn't locked in the win yet. All right, let's put it that way. They were pissed. Also, it looks cool whenever you walk around. Oh yeah, I could have showed it this way too. Though the fire damage is significantly higher. Damn, look at that damage. I think the fire looked cooler. Bloop, 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 bloop. Just taking a little bit of toxic rock damage, that's all. Everything's fine. Right, heading to our friend. Oh, what the fuck just hit me? Just pumped. So I'm gonna edit a freeze. Gamma cast of the last spell. There should be a freeze tentacle on this wand, on the first one. There we go. Freeze tentacle is prepared. Where's the skull? Here's the skull. Alright, here is our buddy, our pal. What's up, buddy? Alright, I'm gonna freeze melee him. So remember, tentacles melee, freezing gaze is the freezing aspect. I missed. Okay, hold on. We still haven't got him. Honestly, I don't even know if you can freeze at this point. Oh, well, we got him. It's pretty much how it went last time, but I hadn't locked in the win yet, and chat was like, "What have you done?" I was like, yeah. There we go. GG. The good ending. We had some good HP. Solid. Chat, that was a fun journey today. Had an awesome Friday night / Saturday morning. It is now 8:57 a.m. Yeah, about 9 a.m. here in Texas. I am starving to death. And normally I would say, okay, maybe we'll do a little bit of Twitch integration. But I know you guys are going to be here in 14 to 15 hours because we're going to be playing more Noita. So if I play Twitch integration now, then in 15 hours, if I go, hey, let's play some Twitch. You guys are like, I already saw this. You already did this. So that is why I'm going to save it. 15 hours from now. Set your alarms. More Noita in 15 hours. We'll get ready to get sweaty. Check Discord. Hunger to unstarve you. Let me see. What you got going on there? What you cooking up there, Veldak? Something delicious, maybe? Let's see. Oh, wait, Veldak. I was meaning to ask you about this. Because, dude, I was a little jelly. I'm not gonna lie. He's at like some kind of burger festival. I'm like, this motherfucker. And he didn't even invite me. I know, that's rude, right? What the fuck? Didn't even invite me? Went to a burger festival? Yo, these burgers look. Goddamn. Veldak. You bastard. You bastard. No, now I gotta go eat like 3 burgers because of you. So if my heart explodes, that's on you, Veldak. Those look fantastic. Yep, arteries are popping. They do. Like, especially that's a good cheese ratio right there. There's some bacon, there's some cheese, there's a thick patty. I need that in my life. So chat, I'm about to go eat. You guys are making me starve to death. I'm angry at Veldak. I'll never forgive him.
Okay, you can leave now, but next stream is 3 sessions of 1 hour TI Power Hour with bets. That's the deal.
That's the deal. Don't worry. Of course, this is how everybody cooks their steaks in Texas, and pan-seared in a Texas. No, okay, actually, you put them on a grill. What the hell is this shit about? But I mean, I guess you could. This is how I make my pancakes. How about that? We do Texas pancakes in that bad boy. Why do you have negative health? It's because we had such a large amount of health. It shows up as a negative on here. If you looked on in the run, it showed up as an infinity up here. It's a massive number, and you can go even higher than this too. It doesn't have to stop there. I knew I had seen those burgers before. What? Listen. I'm jealous of Veldak in the Burger Festival as well, but you're so jealous. I think this is copium right here that you're posting. You wish you were at that. You didn't get an invite either from Veldak. I feel you, Synthetron. I'm jealous too. Hopefully. All right, raid's about to go off. I can't see the raid timer, so it may just interrupt my rant at any moment. Konga's playing Noita right now. He is playing Noita on a DDR pad. It's ridiculous. I know. It's crazy. But he's in thigh highs, so I'm sure you guys will love it. Go ahead, objectify Konga, whatever you got to do, whatever you degenerates do, and I'll see you in 15 hours. More Noita, okay? More Noita. Thank you for all the awesome support, you guys. I'll see you in 15 hours. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Deuces, chat.